Welcome, builders of the internet. My name is Jessa, and today I'm going to talk about some of the possible options after leaving school, particularly in the UK. As always, you can find my sources in the description.
It's building on my mind.
Options at 16. In England, people are allowed to leave school after year 11, which is basically at the age of 15 to 16, but there is a legal requirement to still have some form of education until you turn 18, or until you have a level 3 qualification. This typically means one of three options. The first is staying in full-time education, second is working or volunteering alongside part-time education or training, and the third is starting an apprenticeship or traineeship. Full-time education usually includes going to sixth form, which is attached to a secondary school where you may do A-levels, BTECs or IB. There's also sixth form colleges, which is the same provision as sixth form but separate from secondary schools, which can provide access courses, HNDs and bachelor's degrees. Or you could go to college, which can have options such as MBQs, apprenticeships and other community provisions. Sixth forms are usually more formal as you are sharing space with younger students from the age of 11. Sixth form colleges and colleges tend to have a more informal environment where students are taking on a lot more responsibility for themselves, and often they address teachers on a first name basis. If you want to start working, either self-employed or with a business, or volunteering after year 11, you're allowed to spend over 20 hours a week doing this, but you have to have some part-time education as well, where you could be working towards an accredited qualification. Colleges and other equivalent training providers will offer a range of part-time courses, which includes A-levels and other work-related qualifications, as I mentioned earlier. Some of the work includes a 6-month paid kickstart job, which is funded by the government. This is for those who are at risk of long-term unemployment, and you don't need any qualifications to be eligible. These can be really helpful for building up your CV and getting work opportunities for later on. The third option has three subcategories, namely doing a level 2 or 3 apprenticeship where you're working for an employer whilst training to do a specific job, which can last 1 to 2 years. The second is a traineeship, which can last 6 weeks to 6 months and aims to get you ready for work and have the requirements that you need for an apprenticeship. And the third option is an internship, where you may have a period of work experience to help you test the waters to see if a job suits you. Or there's also supported internships under this, which are other unpaid positions that help students with learning difficulties who may need extra support. These tend to last from 1 week to a year. Leaving school at 18. When you leave school at 18, there are a lot more options available because there's no longer a legal requirement to stay in some form of education. For the purposes of this video, I'll split it into 3 or maybe 4 main categories. The first is continuing to study full-time. The second is combining work and study together. The third is working and/or volunteering. And the fourth option is kind of none of the above. This kind of encompasses so many different possibilities, probably ones that I'm not even aware of, so I will only really be discussing gap years for this. Feel free to let me know some of the other possibilities in the comments. Full-time. You can continue full-time education by going to university, college, or an institute of technology, where you can retake your exams or gain further qualifications. At university, courses can include lectures, seminars, group projects, and independent study, with student loans being available to help cover the cost. Many students find themselves moving out of home and into new student accommodation for newfound independence. And depending on the course that you choose, there can be a placement year where you get to work full-time in a relevant job sector, or perhaps spending a year abroad. Through university, you can get an ordinary or honours degree, which can lead on to postgraduate qualifications. Obtaining a degree will also help you become eligible for available graduate employment positions. Another full-time study option is going to college, where you can attain higher level skills that employers may need, especially in sectors such as finance, engineering, and management. Depending on the college that you choose, there are also training courses to assist you in retaking any exams, or there is a 1-year funded course for 18 to 19-year-olds to gain work-related or technical skills for the workplace. These qualifications can lead you to future employment opportunities and higher or degree-level apprenticeships as well. There are also Institutes of Technology, which are relatively new, and they are collaborations between further education providers, universities and employers. These focus on STEM subjects, including engineering, digital and construction, and help you to learn specific technical skills in the area of your choosing. As of April 2019, 12 institutes have been set up across the country, including facilities in the University of Exeter, New College Durham, and Queen Mary University of London. Work and study. Traineeships, supported internships and apprenticeships are still available after leaving school at 18, and at this age, you're eligible for higher and degree-level apprenticeships too. Typically, you'll spend 4 days working, and the remaining day of the working week will go towards studying, perhaps at a college, a training centre, a university or an institute of technology. I talk about apprenticeships quite a lot on this channel, so feel free to check out those videos if you want to know more about them in detail. Another option for combining work and study is a school leaver scheme, where large companies will let you learn and train with them whilst earning money too. This is usually offered in sectors such as accountancy and finance, IT, engineering, law, leisure and retail. With these schemes, you'll be able to rotate between different departments within the company to help get experience in different areas to see what you like, and it can include distance learning or going to college or university too. These last about 3 to 7 years and have relatively high requirements, high grades at A-levels or the equivalent. They'll usually lead to getting a degree and or professional qualification, as well as professional employment. If you're not interested in continuing with education, one of the possibilities is going straight into work, say applying to jobs shown on websites, getting a kickstart job, starting an internship, or starting your own business. I think all of the types of jobs that you can go into is way too much detail for this video, but I work in construction, so if you'd like to know more about jobs in the construction industry, I have various videos on my channel which you can find over here. Starting your own business is also really exciting, and there are some free resources and sessions available to assist you on this journey. For example, the Prince's Trust has an enterprise program that helps 18 to 30-year-olds transform their ideas into reality, with support and other resources. It's absolutely fine to not be sure about whether any of these options suit you, and many school leavers find a gap year a great opportunity to develop themselves and their skills and help provide time to consider the next steps for them. Some of the reasons to take a gap year include wanting to improve CV and gaining work experience, which can help you decide what you do or don't want in any of your long-term career plans. It's also a great opportunity to try new things, to travel around the world and earn some extra money on the side to support you in your future endeavours. Making the decision. I know that there can be a lot of pressure to decide what you want to do after school, and I find that in many cases, people feel like this is a life-changing decision that will determine your career path for the rest of your life. But I would just like to emphasise that it's okay to not be 100% sure about what you want to do, and it's never too late to change your mind. Evaluate the advantages and disadvantages for yourself. Just because all your friends want to go down one particular route, this doesn't necessarily mean that the same choices will work best for you too. With pretty much all paths, there are different experiences and skills that you can gain and develop, which can prove to be really useful in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video. As I talk about all these options, I'm by no means saying that this is an exhaustive list of absolutely everything you can possibly do after leaving school. I'm sure there are various cases of people who have taken different paths to what I've mentioned. If you know about any of these different alternatives, feel free to let me know in the comments. That's all I have to say for now. I hope it helped build on your mind.
Thanks for watching this channel, it's building on my mind. Check out my other videos, but first hit the bell and comment, like, subscribe. Please, it really helps with the